Hello, my name's Casey Shutt. I'm the pastor of King's Cross Church in Oklahoma City, and we are a new congregation that has just started amidst this coronavirus. It's a unique time to start, but we've been live streaming our services. And what we wanted to do this week, Holy Week, is describe, just touch upon what Jesus was up to in the days leading up to his great work on the cross and his resurrection, which we will celebrate in just a few days. And on Monday, what I wanted us to consider is Jesus' entry again into Jerusalem. If you recall, on Sunday, Palm Sunday, Jesus makes his triumphal entry into Jerusalem, and the crowds go wild. They enter again on Monday, and on their way, Jesus and his disciples, they run into a fig tree. And the disciples see something that would have seemed very peculiar to them. They see Jesus talking to a tree. It's a tree that it's springtime, right? So the tree has leaves, but it's a fig tree, and there's no buds that point to future figs on the tree. In other words, the tree looks as though it's alive because it has leaves, but it doesn't have any fruit, or at least the signs that fruit will come in season. And so Jesus says, and Mark tells us in Mark's Gospel, chapter 11, verse 14, he says to the tree, "May no one ever eat fruit from you again." And it says that his disciples heard it. What it doesn't say is that his disciples kind of scratched their heads thinking, what is Jesus doing talking to this tree? Well, as they make their way into Jerusalem, Jesus enters the temple and he cleanses it. He drives the money changers out. And he said, "You've taken my house, which was supposed to be a house of prayer for the nations, and you've turned it into a den of robbers." He cleanses the temple. And on the next day, on Tuesday, Jesus and his disciples, so we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, they exit Jerusalem, and they see that same fig tree, but this time it's all withered. It's totally died, the tree. And all of a sudden, the disciples get it. They realize that what Jesus was doing is he was acting out a parable. And the tree, that the fate of the tree actually pointed to the fate of the temple. That the temple, just like the tree, it looked like it was alive from a distance. The temple, there was a hustle and bustle. There was activity. There were people coming and going. It was at a particularly busy time at the temple. And yet, it was lifeless. And in just a few decades, it would be completely destroyed and lose all relevance. What the disciples probably were less cognizant of is that the true temple, the temple to which the original temple only pointed to, was standing right before them. And in just a few days, this temple would be destroyed, but on the third day, it would be brought back to life, not being obsolete, but being a sign of things to come, the first fruits of a new creation.